To class, parents are already looking at a report card, the one the TEA gave their school. Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Gilma Avalos.
I'm Ken Molestina. For the first time, each district has been given an A through F grade. Steve Pickett joining us live from Wiley right now. And Steve, help us understand how this new system works.
Well, think of it this way. Your kids get grades at school. In middle school and high school, they get that A through F. That's exactly what's happening with this state system starting today. You are getting a letter grade for your school district. Let me give you an example. A school district receives an A. Everybody's happy, right? What that essentially means is the school district overall has exemplary performance, the top performance for the state. You can see on this graphic what an A, a B, a C, even a D or an F actually mean. It really sort of details the assessment from the state, how these school districts have performed. But how did your district actually earn that letter grade? Here's the other information you need. The state's STAR test, that series of tests your kids take in the spring, it's compiled to give your district an overall grade. That test determines individual student achievement, a school's academic progress, and even data on closing the achievement gap between student groups like minorities, low income, English language learners. You add all of that up and you end up with these student performance, overall performance grades that the state is issuing today. We're here at Wiley ISD, Ken, Gilma. This district today receiving an overall A. They're pretty happy. The TEA commissioner inside the school right now sort of celebrating with the school district.
Good news for that school district. Steve, you've been talking about districts as a whole, but how about individual schools? Do they have a grade as well?
They don't have a letter grade. George W. Bush Elementary School here in this school district, no letter grade for this school district, or schools, I should say, and any school for that matter, under this new system. This is what you have. Either you met standard or you didn't, and you have improvement required. That is how it's working for individual schools. So when you look at this system for your child's school in your neighborhood, it will say they met the standard or improvement required. Let me give you an example. Dallas ISD has 200 plus schools. 4 of those schools this year, with this report today, 4 of them improvement required.
Steve, at the end of the day, these grades, what do they all mean?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. It means everything to some and it means absolutely nothing to others. This debate has gone on for quite some time, whether it be a letter grade or remember the low performance or exemplary categories as well. Many people believe this is a situation where kids are being taught to the test. They don't like the test and therefore they don't like these grades. Others say students in this state need some way to be gauged, to be assessed, to evaluate how they're doing academically because your tax dollars pay for it, and therefore this system is the way in which it's done. The only difference right now, you get a letter grade in the process.
Steve, before we let you go here, one last question, because I am curious, if the districts don't like their grade, can they appeal this? Can they get it changed? I mean, what happens then?
Some school districts in previous years have appealed their rating, and so the rating this time is going to be a grade. So if somebody doesn't like a grade, they'll bring in details to argue their point. There are school districts, including Dallas, also Mesquite, Louisville, some other places where people who are part of those districts are not in favor of this overall ranking, rating, grading system. They've argued against it. I talked to Michael Hinojosa, superintendent of schools today. He doesn't like this letter system, but he likes the letter he received today. That school district getting a B.
Yeah. All right. Good news for some, not so much for others. Steve Pickett, Live Force.